Yeah, Roger Waters, who wrote it, I think is the only person in the world who really understands
Yes.
it. It's a very bizarre film, in so much as it's very surreal, very real, and it's about memory and madness. It's all based on the music of Pink Floyd. There's no dialogue in the film. The music is the narrative of the piece. I think you have a clip here.
We do have a clip. It's coming up now. Yes.
Which is it's a surreal section where the young Pink is on a railway station of returning soldiers, and he's looking for his father who never returned.
What has become of you? 'Does anybody else in here feel the way I do?
Scene there from The Wall, which, as you've said, is an unusual and difficult film to understand. What appealed to you about doing it, Alan?
Just, I very much like the music, and just really the challenge of trying to tell a story with images and music, and also rock and roll music, which I think is very important that contemporary filmmakers use the music of their generation. It was the rather romantic notion of working with Gerald Scarfe, an artist, and Roger Waters, the musician, and me, the filmmaker.
But you were going to produce it initially, weren't you? You hadn't intended to direct it.
Well, I was doing the film I did before was called Shoot the Moon, which I did in Northern California. And when I first got involved with Roger, I really was preoccupied with that. But as things worked out, it seemed more sensible that I would end up directing it, and that's what happened. Yeah.
You had difficulty getting the money for it, though, didn't you?
Well, you always get... it's the most difficult thing in the world to get money for films in this country, yeah. If it's a British subject, I mean, it's slightly different if it's of an American nature. But any English film is difficult, whoever it is and whatever it is, you know.
You were telling me a bizarre story about when Chariots of Fire actually won the Oscar.
Yeah, well, David Putnam, who produced it, is doing a new film with Bill Forsyth. I'm not here to talk about his film. And immediately after the Oscars, I mean, they still have enormous difficulty in raising the money, and there they are, you know, two people, one had won the British Academy Award, one who had won the Oscar, but it's still difficult to raise money for English-based subjects. You know.
You've been quoted a lot in the press about the sad plight of the British film industry. Do you think it's going to improve?
I'm rather pessimistic, no. I mean, I think we'll always be a technical industry. We'll be making Star Wars and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's whether we deserve or need a film industry, you know. People are watching this programme now on a television set, and that, unfortunately, or fortunately, is the way in which people like to receive their entertainment. So whether it will survive as making English culture films, I don't know. I very much doubt it.
So the English people, you think, can't be bothered to get up off their backside and go to the cinema?
Well, they're not any different to any other country, really. It's just that it seems to, in this country, the cinema has declined more than other countries. I don't know that it's culturally ever... Did we ever really care about a film industry? I don't even know if we ever had one. I think it might be just mythical, actually.
Let's talk a little bit about Shoot the Moon, because you have said in the past that was, in fact, it's the story about a marriage, and that is, in fact, a lot of that film is about your marriage. What kind of effect did that have on you, translating your true feelings about
Well, it's still fiction. I mean, there are so many parallels in it. I just thought it was about time that I made a film about my own life, or close to my own life, rather than making films about other people's lives. It was nice, actually, film to do. I mean, there's a great deal of frustration and anger and the difficult things that might have happened in my own marriage and life. You could get rid of. There's a strange kind of cathartic feeling, just an exorcism of a lot of that pain, just by doing the film. It's a weird experience for me.
So you feel better for having done that?
Oh, I feel better, yes. I'm much better now, thank you.
Can I just briefly ask you why you chose Bob Geldof for the lead role in The Wall?
Well, I looked at lots of actors. I looked at actors in London and also in New York. But none gave me the kind of danger that I thought was necessary. And I did a screen test with Bob where he did the courtroom speech in Midnight Express, and he's quite brilliant. It's just that unexpected quality, actually, which he has, which is always that they will give you something that will surprise you, that will be rather special, and he did it for me, I mean, practically every day that he was working.
Good. Well, I wish you good luck with the film, Alan. It opens in a couple of days' time.
Yeah.
Thanks for sparing the time to come and talk to us here today. I must just tell you that David Soul is actually at this moment in Manchester. He's been investigating the musical Andy Capp, which is a terrific success up in Manchester. Tomorrow night on the show, we'll be welcoming some of the stars from that production. Tom Courtenay will be here. He plays Andy Capp. Val McLean, who plays the long-suffering Flo, will also be here. Alan Price, who devised the musical score, will also be amongst our guests. But for now, that's it from 6:55 Special. I'm going to leave you with Bananarama,